Hey, happy Monday. Gonna go live everywhere, Facebook and Instagram. Let me know where you're watching from. Say hi in the comments. Going live on Facebook. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Nice to see everybody. So excited because this is Trends Week. We're talking about spring trends in one of the coldest weeks that I've ever experienced in Florida. We are having a record cold here. And even though it's in the 40s right now and feels like the 20s, it's just been like a long winter by Florida standards. So say hi. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Super excited to see you guys. Okay, let's get into it. Really excited about talking about spring trends this week because I think many of us could use just a little bit of spring inspiration. Hello, hello, to get us through these last cold weeks, months, years of winter. Just feels like years maybe at this point. Okay, so good morning. Good morning. It is so cold. It is so cold. I feel like I never want to leave the house. I'm actually wearing a base layer today. It's miserable in Savannah too. Oh my gosh, I am wearing like layers. I'm just not having this. I really really hate this weather. So, okay, let's project forward just a few weeks and start thinking about spring and start thinking about spring fashion and spring color and spring sunshine and all the things that we need to get us through, like I said, these last few cold weeks, months, whatever of winter. Okay, so I'm really excited. First thing I want to talk about is tomorrow's video. I'm going to be talking about spring accessories. That's shoes, jewelry, and bags. So I'm going to do kind of like an overview of all the spring accessory trends. And I'm super excited about that video. Full on base layer. It's colder in Canada, if that helps, but we're used to it and you're not. So that's not fair. True, true. At least you guys have this stuff in Canada. I feel like some people in Florida are like, I'm just not going to leave the house because I don't want to buy a sweater. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, my cousin Nancy, my friend Jen. Okay, so I think that the accessories are going to be the quickest path to updating your wardrobe for spring. And for those of you in any kind of a size transition, those of you who are, have all the basics covered or who have been working on your wardrobes for a little while, consider accessories as an easy update for spring. Then on Friday, we're going to move into denim trends for spring 2026. And I'm really excited about denim trends because I believe there's something for everybody. Every single silhouette is in style. It's really just about finding the details that work. But like all the silhouettes that flatter all the body types are in style. I'm really, really excited about that. 8 more inches of snow in Iowa. Oh my gosh. It's freezing, Carol, where you are too. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sheila. We will triumph over winter again. Yes, Susanna. Yes, if we survive, we will triumph over winter. Everyone in our house has been sick for the last week. Hopefully you guys are staying healthy. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, I want to talk about something because I get this question a lot. Is X out of style? And X often refers to something that sometimes is in the spotlight and sometimes takes a step back. So I kind of want to explain to you how to know when things are going in and out of style. The simpler the item is, the less likely it is to go out of style. So I kind of think this might be an easy way of looking at your pieces when you're assessing your wardrobe. For example, this season, we're seeing a lot of maximalist jewelry. We're seeing the return of statement necklaces and statement earrings and statement cuffs. And I'm really, really excited for it. I'm here for this trend. I love this trend because we have been wearing really, really delicate, barely there stacked necklaces, layers, really, really tiny, delicate necklaces and delicate jewelry for what feels like the last 100 years, right? That has been the prevailing jewelry trend for a long time. And if you're wearing a statement necklace, you were doing it wrong or whatever. Like it was not on trend to wear like really big chunky necklaces for a while. However, now that we're shifting into statement jewelry being more of a thing, what I want to encourage you with is that the delicate necklaces aren't going anywhere. Why are they not going anywhere? Because they're simple. So the smaller and simpler an item is, the less likely it is to date. So what's going to happen is that delicate jewelry is now going to be classic and statement jewelry is going to be trendy or modern or 2026 coated, right? Just to quote the kids. So that's what happens so for example, in the last couple of years, people have been asking me, oh, are metallic shoes out of style? Are white sneakers out of style? No, metallic shoes are not out of style because a color or a finish can't go out of style. It's really about the silhouette of the shoe or the style of the shoe. A white sneaker doesn't go out of style because a white sneaker either becomes a spotlight trend or it becomes a classic. So what happens with simple pieces and minimal pieces is that they go from being trendy to being classic. They are never out of style. The pieces that do go out of style are the statement pieces. So delicate jewelry, a simple flat, a simple white sneaker, a simple Chelsea boot, a very simple riding boot with no details and not a lot of stuff going on. Those are pieces that are either going to be in the limelight one season or out of the limelight that season, but they are never out of style or out of trend. Good morning. Oh my gosh, woke up to snow today. So I just wanted to explain that. So, you know how I say that details date. Statement pieces have a lot more detail. They also tend to be a larger scale, and they tend to have a lot more color and a lot more going on. And the more going on in an item, the more that it's likely to go through different trend cycles. The simpler the item is, the longer you'll be able to wear it. So if you're looking at an investment piece in your wardrobe, like you want a great Chelsea boot that you'll be able to wear for years, if you want a great pump that you'll be able to wear for years. I've done videos on classics that never go out of style. There are really simple versions of everything you're looking at. If you're like, I want to buy a great boot that's not going to go out anywhere, a simple Chelsea boot is going to stay in style for a really long time. So if you spend a little bit more money on it, you will be able to wear that forever. Now, it doesn't mean that, 1 year Chelsea boots are going to be like the thing and another year they're not going to be the thing as much. That doesn't matter. It's still going to be a classic. So just keep in mind that your simpler pieces, your more classic pieces, your subtler pieces, your neutral pieces can still be worn, regardless of what we're talking about trend-wise. They are still going to be part of your wardrobe, and we are not revamping our wardrobe every year and throwing out everything that's worked in the past and replacing it with something new. That's not what we do over 50. Like, we have identified our own personal style. We're working on building a wardrobe that lasts, and then trends are kind of like the icing on top that we get to vary from season to season, but it doesn't mean reinventing your wardrobe season after season. Okay, so oh my gosh, same. Last week we had 80-degree weather. Today we had 42. Yes, Carol, in Florida we are reeling from this weather. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the big shift. So spring 2026 is really, we're seeing a major shift in style. Do you believe that if you love something and it flatters you, you should wear it even if it isn't on trend? Okay, that's a great question, Sheila. I'm going to pause and answer that question. If you love something and it flatters you, should you wear it even if it isn't on trend? I will say that depends. And I hate saying that, but if the item is simple, then yes. But we don't want to look dated, and we don't want to look like we haven't been, like if I really felt like, this is an extreme example, but if I really felt like a beehive hairstyle was, flattered me and I loved it, I wouldn't wear it because no one has been wearing beehives since 1960 something, right? So it depends. It depends. If it's a simple item, it's not a trend, then it doesn't matter that it's a trend. So I believe that our wardrobe should consist of classic pieces that are flattering and that we love, and then some trend or update pieces mixed in. So if the item is simple, it doesn't matter if it's on trend. If the item has a lot going on, then there are going to be times when, even if we love that item and it's flattering, that we archive it. So I've done that with a few of my pieces, and I'm excited to be bringing them back. I didn't get rid of them. I just put them away for a couple of seasons, and when they kind of come back, I bring them out again. I hope that helps. You have some amazing Lanvin costume jewelry, and you can't wait to wear them. Yes, including a necklace with palm leaves and a colibri. Oh my gosh, those are iconic pieces and can be personality pieces that are going to be part of your wardrobe forever. So I feel like pieces like that can come in and out of our favorite and our regular rotation, but they never really leave our wardrobes. Okay, so let's talk about the major shift that's happening in years, in style and in spring, that really is different than what we've seen the last few years. One of the major shifts is we are moving away from quiet luxury, which I just want to say, quiet luxury in the right hands can look amazing, right? In the wrong hands, quiet luxury is beige on beige on beige on beige. And that really works on the right person. And on the wrong person, quiet luxury can look flat, it can look boring, it can even look a little frumpy. If quiet luxury is your aesthetic, if it's your personal style, it's not going to go anywhere. That's a very classic aesthetic that just happened to enter the limelight for a little while. So so if you like simple, subtle, classic clothes in neutral colors, fabulous. You're always going to be in style. You're always going to look appropriate for where you are. But quiet luxury as an aesthetic that people who don't have that style put on because it's a trend, that is not happening this season. And I'm actually glad, because I feel like what happens when those of us who don't find this to be their personal style put it on, it looks like we're wearing a costume, or like we're pretending to be something that we're not. So quiet luxury is really classic style in neutral colors. That's all it is. And many of you have that aesthetic, and you can continue wearing that aesthetic, but it is not a trend aesthetic for 2026. So for the past several years, fashion has leaned heavily into quiet luxury and into minimalism. So quiet accessories, neutral color palettes, subtle silhouettes, understated styling. And while that foundation is still happening, something new is also happening. Expression is returning. Personality pieces are returning. Statement style is returning, but it feels different than it did in the past. So it's not, as it doesn't bring with it the excess that we saw in the 80s. It's more intentional, and it's really more about color, about silhouette, about accessories, about contrast. I am also here for some more vibrant colors, Sheila. I'm excited about this. The difference between an outfit that feels current and one that feels dated now comes down to 5 really specific shifts, and we're going to talk about them. Once you see them, you'll start recognizing them everywhere in all the different runway looks that you're seeing. The first shift is that color is being used as a focal point. So color is the completer detail, the completer element in a lot of outfits. I talk about the need for that third piece in a lot of outfits. Everybody talks about that. I didn't come up with this. But like if you wear a top and a bottom and they're pretty simple, like that's it can be a lackluster outfit. How do you make that outfit interesting? You make that outfit interesting by adding something with some detail to it, to draw the outfit together, to take the clothes and turn them into a look, right? Color is an easy way to do that. And it's one of the ways that is really being used right now in a very intentional way. So it's not just, let's just wear color. Although absolutely, let's just wear color. Can I get a round of applause for color being back after really seeing very little color for several years? But what we're seeing is color is concentrated in specific spots on the outfit. So yeah, we're seeing head to toe colorful looks for sure, and we're seeing color blocking, but not in the way that we saw it in the past. The color blocking we're seeing right now is like maybe wearing an entire your whole outfit is cobalt blue and you're carrying an orange bag. That's the color blocking we're seeing. We're not seeing even blocks of color in an outfit as much this year. However you do you, color is going to be a major trend this year. And however you choose to wear bold color, I am going to just tell you how bold color is being used in outfits. So one of the key ways is in accessories. Colorful shoes and colorful bags, more than I've seen in many years, are really being used as the way to introduce color to an outfit. So we can take the clothes that we've already been wearing and we can add a colorful shoe or a colorful bag, and it's an instant update. Yay, getting some applause for the color. So it's often we're seeing color in one place on the outfit, or we're seeing a monochromatic color look with one contrasting color accessory. So those are the two. So like a neutral outfit plus a bold shoe, a colorful outfit, a solid color outfit plus a bold bag, denim plus one vivid color accent, a neutral outfit plus a strong bag, a colorful outfit plus a colorful shoe in a contrasting color. So we're seeing like single pops of color in outfits, and it's really acting as punctuation in outfits, and really is a game changer. I've often said, if you do not have your favorite color in your favorite style of shoe, what are we even doing? We're sleeping through style class. Like, just say you're a sneaker girl, or you're a boot girl, or you're a pump girl, whatever that favorite shoe style, the go-to shoe style for you that you reach for all the time, whatever that style is for you, if you don't have that style in your favorite color, that is your next homework assignment. You're welcome. You're welcome. I've just given you permission to buy shoes. Where else are you going to get that, you guys? Where else are you going to get that? Okay, so this feels so modern right now because we haven't seen this in so long. So when I feel like when everything is neutral, the eye has nowhere specific to land, and we have to bring something in. Maybe it's an interesting silhouette, an interesting shape, an interesting accessory to kind of bring the outfit together. But color can do that in a really, really easy way. So I'm loving this color trend. Simple outfits even the simplest outfits feel stronger if you add a pop of color. So we're all about the pop of color this season. You're wearing jeans and a sweater, and you're over jeans and a sweater. Consider boots and a color. Today I'm wearing black boots with a red heel, and that's going to be my pop of color in an otherwise neutral outfit. So the single pops don't fit with Kibbe recommendation, do they? So that's an interesting question, and kind of a little bit of a deep dive into Kibbe. But I will say that Kibbe likes a head to toe look. That doesn't mean that color is not part of that head to toe look, or even a single use of color doesn't mean that. It means that he wants the outfit to be cohesive. You can have color in a neutral outfit and still have a cohesive look, as long as the color goes with the vibe of the outfit. So it's not just about color, it's about the overall look. However, single pop of color is not the only way we're seeing color this season. You can do a pop of color in a shoe and carry it through to one other piece in the outfit if you want a more kind of head to toe type look. It's not, though, about having pink, then blue, then orange, then green. It's about like one or two colors being pulled in through the outfit. Okay, great question. So thank you. Okay, so look at the colorful shoes that you already own. Look at the colorful bags that you already own. Look at the colorful or jewelry that you already own, or the statement jewelry that you already own, and start finding ways to incorporate some of the pieces that you already have into your wardrobe. And if you don't have those, again, where else are you going to get permission to go buy a pair of shoes in your favorite color? Okay, shift number 2, accessories are now defining the outfit. Now, for years, we have had delicate jewelry. And we've started seeing a shift back to more statement jewelry in the last couple of seasons. Like we've seen these kind of big teardrop style earrings come back. Last year, we saw like long sculptural pendants come back. We're seeing way more of that this season. So we're seeing, rather than accessories being just like interchangeable in outfits. And I said this in my closet app video on Friday. I talked about how you don't need to take pictures of all the delicate gold hoops or the delicate gold necklaces in your outfits, or for a wardrobing app, because they play the same role in your outfits. They are all interchangeable in your outfits. If I switch from a tiny gold hoop to a tiny gold stud, neither of those are outfit completers. Neither of those are outfit makers. So it doesn't really matter if which one I wear. Like, I can just wear whatever I feel like wearing. However, it's not true with statement jewelry. Statement jewelry, these are outfit completer pieces. These are pieces that really bring looks together. So there's a lot happening with jewelry, and these are the types of pieces that you can add to an outfit. And this is going to be super helpful in spring, summer, because one of the things that what happens in spring, summer is that we don't have as many opportunities to have completer pieces because we're not wearing as many layers. So people ask me all the time, oh, when it's hot out, I'm not going to wear a completer piece of a jacket. What do I wear? You wear an accessory. You wear a great shoe, a great bag, or a great piece of jewelry. Now here we're really talking about a statement accessory that can really turn your simple piece into an outfit. So summer, you've got a dress. Okay, I love dresses, but dresses can sometimes be a little hard to style because what are you going to do with them if you're not going to add a jacket? You're going to add either like a statement shoe, a statement bag, or a piece of statement jewelry. And you can add a couple if you want. My suggestion, since we're easing our way into having more statement pieces in spring 2026, my suggestion is to separate the statement pieces. In other words, if you're going to do a statement necklace, do a statement shoe. Those are far apart, and you're going to create interest throughout the outfit and balance throughout the outfit, but not maybe a statement necklace, a statement earring, a statement bag, a statement shoe, a statement cuff. You know what I mean? So a couple of statement accessories in an outfit is going to be the way that we're going to take spring, summer pieces and make them more interesting. Yes to shoes, loafers, and mittens or kittens. Okay, so what we're seeing in shoes is more defined shapes. We're seeing sleeker and slimmer profile shoes, which are a lot easier to pair with outfits. They're a lot easier to put into outfits than chunky shoes. They're going to be a lot more flattering with a lot more outfits. They work equally well with dresses and skirts as they do with pants. So we're seeing a lot more sleek shoes. We're seeing stronger silhouettes and interesting sculptural heels. We're seeing shoes with a higher vamp. That means it covers more of the top of the foot. And then what's really interesting, what I'm super, super excited about that we have not seen in a long time, is we're seeing, and I actually forgot to mention this in tomorrow's video, we're seeing embellished shoes that are jeweled or have embellishments on them in some way. They're embroidered, they're textured, but embellished shoes are very much back. And again, this is an easy update that you can take and pair with everything you already have. I love a dress in spring, summer. It is my go-to. And sometimes I was struggling with styling a dress in an interesting way because the dress needed a completer, and the past few seasons, we haven't had really completer level accessories. Now we've got accessories that really will wrap up an outfit like that. So embellished shoes and bags, colorful shoes and bags, statement shoes and bags, interesting shapes. We're seeing the return of the glove flat and the glove pump. These are pumps that have a higher vamp and they cover more of the top of your foot, but they've got a really sleek profile. So we're seeing heels that are more sculptural and interesting. We're seeing really, really modern kitten heels. These are not your grandmother's kitten heels, and they're not at all frumpy. They're cool and minimal and modern and interesting, and they are a major shift that's happening in style right now. So accessories are the visual anchor in outfits. And it is 100% a game changer. So we're looking at bringing in interesting, embellished, or colorful, or sculptural. So say you're not a maximalist like I am, and you're like, okay, well, she's saying to wear color and she's saying to wear embellished shoes, and neither of those are my style aesthetic. Then I would say instead, because we can get statements in multiple ways: color, pattern, finish, as in metallic or textured or suede, shape, and embellishments. So if you don't like embellishments, you don't like color, you don't like pattern, consider texture or shape as a way to add statement. So for example, you're looking at a shoe that has an interesting sculptural shape or an interesting sculptural heel. That might be the statement shoe for your aesthetic. If you're looking at a sculptural piece of jewelry that's, like this is neutral, but it's got an interesting shape. So there are a lot of different ways to get statements, and you can create or find statement pieces that align with your personal style. You've got more minimal or classic style. Your statement pieces are going to look different than someone like me. I've got more like bold and creative style. So you're going to find your statement pieces. And again, the way that you make a piece a statement and not a subtle piece is through color, through pattern, through finish, through shape, and I'm forgetting one, and through embellishments. Okay, the next trend, the next major shift that we're seeing is controlled maximalism. So it's really contrast creating interest, and we're seeing a lot more maximalist elements enter style. So maximalism is returning, but in a controlled way. Not everything is bold at once. It's about wearing something bold with something simple. Oh my gosh, I love this. You are reminding me of my black suede loafers covered in crystals and rainbow colors. Yes, very bored in your wardrobe for years. Yes. Oh my gosh, hats, absolutely hats. I'm actually going to do a video about hats. Hats are a fabulous way to bring statement style to your accessories. And can I just say something about hats? Hats are always a statement in 2026 because so few people are wearing them. When you wear a hat, you're making your own version of a statement. So it doesn't even have to be a statement hat. Just a hat, by definition, is a statement piece. So I love hats. I'm all about hats. So it's about taking relatively whatever your modern classics base outfit is, and we're going to be talking about spring modern classics here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be starting with that. We're going to be adding a maximalist piece, maybe a fabulous jacket or a really cool beaded clutch or a statement shoe, and that's going to be pulling that outfit into spring 2026. So it's contrast that creates visual tension, and so it's really like pairing something maximalist with something simple. That's the way we're seeing it in 2026. So it's not everything minimal, which is already, I think most of us are like, oh, even the minimalists are tired of everything being really simple. And it's not everything maximalism. It's not a return to Alexis Carrington, but it's really that combination and that juxtaposition. It's that contrast that creates the look in 2026. Okay, shift number 4, denim is becoming expressive through shape. So let me just say that the maximalist trend does not translate to denim in 2026. We are not seeing, we're seeing, a continuation of the simpler, sleeker denim that we've seen for the last couple of seasons. However, we have seen some embellished denim. It's modern embellished denim. We have seen that is going to continue through spring 2026. But what we're seeing in terms of interest is we're seeing interesting shapes in jeans. So we're seeing every type of denim silhouette, and I've got a full denim deep dive video, but we're seeing every type of denim silhouette. Denim trends are not relying on distressing or decoration. That is not what's making denim trendy right now. We're not seeing distressed denim. We're not seeing heavily decorated denim. We're definitely not seeing the flap pockets or the heavily embellished pockets that we saw in, past years or, several years ago. We're not seeing those return. What we are seeing is every single type of denim silhouette to flatter every single type of body in style right now. And so it's really the silhouette doing the work. We're seeing slim, straight cigarette cuts and stovepipes really making a strong statement this year. We're seeing boot cut and bootleg styles returning. And then we're still seeing structured wider leg pants or jeans. We're seeing every type. And then, straight legs, which will never go out of style. Those are absolutely continuing to be part of the denim conversation. So there is something for everybody when it comes to denim trends. And again, I'm doing a deep dive into that on Friday and talking about all the denim trends and also the body types that they flatter. You've always loved hats. You just need to find the right one. It can feel really conspicuous. Yeah, like it can, but I love that. Sometimes I'm feeling like I'm comfortable wearing a hat and kind of really making that bold statement. Sometimes we match our mood and our energy level. Some days I feel like being a little bit more subtle, even me. And some days I'm like, yeah, I'm here for this. And I want to wear the hat and know that it's going to turn some heads. And I'm totally okay with that. I love it. Okay, shift number 5, silhouette is becoming the primary source of interest. So it's not just color, it's not just embellishment, but it's not just the return to maximalist jewelry. Those are all big shifts we're seeing this year, but we're also seeing interesting silhouette shifts. So we're seeing slimmer silhouettes returning after seasons and seasons and seasons of boxy and oversized. And can I get an amen from the petite ladies who have been struggling with boxy and oversized? Boxy and oversized isn't going out of style, but it is being joined by slimmer silhouettes. And again, I love this because it means there's going to be something for everybody. So cigarette, straight, and tailored silhouettes and pants, we're seeing also the wider leg pants, and we're seeing voluminous skirts come back. So for those of you, not me, who can do a really voluminous skirt, we're seeing some really interesting and fun and voluminous skirts coming back. So we're seeing a lot of different silhouettes. We're also seeing more expressive silhouettes at the upper body, stronger shoulders, lots of draped tailoring, more defined shapes. We're seeing cropped jackets as well as longer jackets. Silhouettes really going to create a modern look this season, and shape is now carrying more of the visual message. So we're really seeing some interesting silhouettes, and there's going to be something for everybody. Again, we're still going to see boxy and oversized. That's not going anywhere, but it is being joined by slimmer and sleeker and more streamlined silhouettes. Boxy is not a trend. Amen on boxy and slim. Yes. What's the difference between a cigarette and a skinny pant? I'm going to go into detail in that on that in Friday's video. But the short answer is that skinny is skinnier than cigarette. So we're talking about levels of slimness. So it's like a stovepipe, a cigarette, a skinny. So it gets progressively skinnier. We are still not seeing a skinny to the extent where it hugs the leg below the knee. That is not happening. Even the skinnier jeans that are coming back into style are not like leggings. They are more like denim. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, so that's it. So let's talk about, just recap those 5 kind of key shifts. We're talking about interesting silhouettes. We're talking about the return of accessories as statement making. We're talking about a wide range of denim for every body type. We're talking about a return to color as a key part of an outfit. We're going to see, this is a good question. Let me just, what is the last thing that I talked about? We talked about color. We talked about silhouette. We talked about accessories. We talked about denim. And so I think that just recognize, maximalism. We talked about a return to maximalism, embellished pieces, colorful pieces. These are all 5 key differences that 2026 is going to have as compared to previous years. Again, we saw a little bit of a shift in this direction, a little step in this direction in 2025, but 2026 is fully stepping into maximalism. And again, classics are not going anywhere. Quiet luxury is not going anywhere. For those of you who find that to be your aesthetic, and if that's true to your personal style, that will never go out of style. However, for those of us who want more personality pieces and more expressive pieces, this is the year to bring those pieces out. So colored denim, we are going to see some colored denim. I'm mostly seeing darker colored denim, like we saw in fall and winter. We saw like greens, olives, burgundies. I have seen some pinks and some like turquoise colors of, but it's really whether this is going to take off as a trend or not. I feel like if color is coming into the spotlight in 2026, we are going to see some colored jean options, but I'm not seeing right now like bright red jeans or like cobalt blue jeans. I'm not seeing a return to that level of colored denim, but I think we're going to see some like interesting takes on darker colored denim for 2026. Our long third pieces back. We're going to see some. It really depends on the long third piece that we're talking about. Like we're going to see dusters. We're going to, we've always seen trenches. Trenches are a major trend. And I do think we're going to see a shift back into that. Like we're going to see like really long kimonos, really long dusters, really long trenches, but I don't think they're going to look the way that they did before. Lots of embroidered denim now. Yes, we're definitely going to see some embroidered denim. I am going to say, if you're going to buy a long third piece, if you're going to buy colored denim, if you're going to buy embroidered denim, any of these statement pieces, any of the maximalist pieces that I have just talked about, buy those from contemporary brands and contemporary stores. These are not the pieces to buy at Talbot's. These are not the pieces to buy at J. Jill or at Chico's. Buy those pieces from the really contemporary brand. I'm going to do like full on shopping videos where I share, some of the best picks in these categories for you guys. This is more of a trend overview, but just remember, you can buy simple, basic, classic pieces at any of the stores, including the over 50 stores. But when you're looking at the more statement looking pieces and anything that is like a trend piece or a more statement piece or a more maximalist piece, you want to buy those from contemporary brands. Saw a video yesterday on brown jeans, butter yellow jeans. Yes, we're going to see subtler colors in jeans. I do not think, at least yet, I haven't seen bright jeans. I haven't seen red jeans. I haven't seen cobalt jeans or Kelly green jeans. It's more subtle colors in jeans. But I love a colored jean or a colored pant in general because it gives us more options in outfits. Often it's like interesting top, simple bottom, interesting top, simple bottom. If you've got a colorful bottom, it gives you more outfit combinations and outfit possibilities. Okay, so I hope that you found this helpful. Let's dive into spring together and let's daydream about spring during one of the coldest weeks on record in Florida. I'm going to be dreaming about spring outfits, and I hope you are too. You got a pair in orchid pink. That sounds beautiful, Marie. in Florida, we're going to see, and I know I believe you live in Italy. Those colors are always on trend in Florida. Colorful, like hot pink, turquoise. Those are always going to be on trend. Some of this, of course, depends on where you live. And I hear people in the Northeast saying, well, we don't do it that way or whatever. These are trends that we're all going to take and filter through our personal style, our lifestyle, and then where we live, and the current aesthetic that kind of exists where we are. So I hope this was helpful. I love you guys so much. Mwah! Thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you enjoyed tomorrow's video on spring accessory trends. Easiest way to update your wardrobe. If you've got all the basics, start with an accessory for spring. It's going to update everything you own. And then on Friday, we're talking about denim trends and how to find the right jeans for your body type. So love you guys so much, and I will see you later. Bye.